Chapter 9. Pranic or life-giving force treatments. It is well to begin treatments by preparing the hands as follows. Preparing the hands. Rub the hands together briskly for a few minutes, and then swing them to and fro a little while, until they have that undefinable feeling of aliveness and being full of energy. Clenching the hands together, and then opening them rapidly, repeating several times will stimulate them wonderfully. Try it now, and see how the force seems to go to them. Some practitioners of pranic healing devote much of the time to what is known as the general treatment, while others give the general treatment only occasionally and devote more time to the special treatments of the affected parts. But, at any rate, there is nothing better than a general treatment given frequently, for it equalizes the circulation of the entire body, stimulates every muscle and nerve and part, and causes the whole body to function with renewed energy and life, and aids materially in re-establishing normal conditions and functioning. The general treatment. Place the patient on his face, placing a pillow under his breast so that his chin may rest easily upon it, letting him place his arms in a comfortable position, hanging by the sides preferably. Then place your first and second finger on each side of his spinal column or backbone, so that the spine rests between the two fingers. Then bring the fingers down along the spine, slowly and firmly. If you find any tender joints, you will know that some of the nerves emerging from the spinal column are congested, and that some organ or part is suffering by reason thereof. If you notice a point much colder or warmer than the neighboring points, you will know that there is some muscular contraction in the spinal region, which is affecting the circulation of the nerve centers, thereby causing pain and abnormal action in some part of the body reached by the nerve. Remember these points so that you may treat them specially by careful manipulation and stimulating vibration. Then turn the patient over on his back and pass hands over the entire body, in turn, noting all contraction, tender spots, swellings, etc. Begin the actual general treatment by giving him a thorough spinal treatment as follows. Manipulate gently and carefully the entire length of the spinal column or backbone, beginning at the neck, and working downward gradually, paying particular attention to the tender spots or the points evidencing cold or heat, as before stated. First, work down one side of the spine, and then the other, manipulating carefully at each point. Then give him a vibration treatment along the spine, finishing with a gentle stroking, which will be found very soothing. Then give him a neck treatment as follows. Begin by a thorough kneading of the muscles of the back part of the neck and a gentle manipulation of the throat. This treatment tends to render free and equal the circulation to and from the brain. Then manipulate the shoulders and arms in succession, finishing by stroking the arm from the shoulder down to the fingertips. Then manipulate the chest and back and sides in succession, finishing always with the stroking. Apply vibrations whenever the same seems advisable and comfortable to the patient. Apply percussion to the solid parts of the body when you deem it advisable. Then give the legs the same treatment that you have given the arms, finishing always with stroking. Then give the special regions, that is, the regions affected by pain and disease, the various treatments that seem advisable, following the instructions given in the preceding chapter. A good plan is to place the right hand over the pit of the stomach, or solar plexus, and the left hand under the middle of the back, and allow the current of prana, or vital force, to flow through the body for a few minutes. In giving treatments in cases where pain is felt by the patient, heat your hands by briskly rubbing them together until they are well heated, and then place the right hand on the seat of the pain, and the left hand on the opposite side of the body or part, and mentally will that the current shall drive out the pain. Always conclude the special or general treatment with stroking, which leaves the patient soothed and equalizes the circulation. You will be surprised at the wonderful effect of the stroking. In the manipulation during the general treatment, pause occasionally and allow the hands to rest upon the body, the right hand on the front of the body and the left hand on the back. This allows the current to flow freely through, reaching the parts. Constipation. This trouble is treated by general treatment and special manipulations over the region of the liver and abdomen. Vibration over the liver and bowels is also very efficacious in this case. Do not neglect the form of treatment whereby the current is passed through the parts, as stated above. Finish by stroking. Be sure and advise the patient to drink more water, as constipation is often caused by lack of sufficient fluids. Read the chapter on that subject in Hatha Yoga. Dyspepsia. This trouble is treated by general treatment coupled with special treatments similar to that given in the case of constipation, paying particular attention to the passing of the current through the digestive organs. Diarrhea. This trouble may be relieved, and sometimes almost instantaneously cured by pranic treatment. In treating for this trouble, be very gentle and avoid manipulations, confining the movements to stroking, passing the current through the parts, etc., coupled with the following special treatment for diarrhea. This special treatment consists in an equalizing of the nerve force in what is known as the splanchnic nerve, which nerve seems to have the faculty of occasionally running away like a frightened horse. This special treatment brings a pressure to bear on this nerve and seems to be brought to its senses, especially if the mind of the healer is directed to the spot with a firm command, slow down. The following is the best way to apply this treatment. Let the patient lie down on his back. Then place one hand under each side, placing your fingers on each side of his spine, just below his last ribs. Then lift him up several inches, allowing his weight to rest on your fingers, his shoulders and seat resting on the bed, his back thus forming an arch. Do not be in a hurry and move slowly. Let him relax all his muscles during the treatment. Let him rest for, say, 15 minutes, and then if the trouble has not disappeared, give him another treatment. Finish the treatment with stroking. You will be surprised at the quickness with which the tea trouble often disappears during this treatment. You must keep your mind on the subject during the treatment, sending out strong thoughts of slow down. Liver troubles are treated by general treatments, accompanied with special treatments in the shape of manipulation of the region of the liver, accompanied with vibrations over the seat of the trouble. Do not forget to finish the treatment with stroking. Kidney troubles are treated similar to liver troubles, except that the special treatments are given over the region of the kidneys. Rheumatism is treated by general treatments accompanied by special kneading and manipulation of the affected part. Neuralgia is treated by general treatment, accompanied by special kneading and manipulation of the affected part. Impotency, on sexual weakness, is treated by general treatment and special manipulation and vitalizing of the region of the lower part of the backbone or spine and the upper part of the seat. Female troubles may be greatly benefited by general treatment and a gentle special treatment of the parts around the seat of the trouble, special attention being given to vibration over the parts. The above forms of treatments are given merely as a general guide. The healer must be governed by that sense of intuition that comes to all healers who are interested in their work, and seems to be a special sense which nature has bestowed upon those having an earnest desire to heal. This will come to you, and you will then understand it much better than we could tell you. The first thing to do is to thoroughly acquaint yourself with each and every one of the forms of treatment described in the last chapter, so that you can make each movement naturally and easily, just as you use your hands in carrying your food to your mouth, in dressing yourself, etc., etc. Then when you have acquired the movements in this way, when they have become second nature, as it were, then you will find yourself feeling impelled to use certain motions and movements in preference to others in each case. And you will find that the requirements of each case are met much better in this way than by the following of any set rules or directions in any book or from any teacher. There is a healing sense that is just as real as any other of the senses, as you will discover if you get into this work. But remember this, acquaint yourself thoroughly with the details of each and every particular movement and form of treatment. Practice on some friend or relative who is willing to help you. A few minutes actual practice in this way is worth pages of directions. Have confidence in yourself and the power that flows through you, and you will be successful. Distant healing. Prana colored by the thought of the sender may be projected to persons at a distance who are willing to receive it, and the healing work done in this way. This is the secret of the absent healing, of which the Western world has heard so much of late years. The thought of the healer sends forth and colors the prana of the sender, and it flashes across space and finds lodgment in the psychic mechanism of the patient. It is unseen, and like the Marconi waves, it passes through intervening obstacles and seeks the person attuned to receive it. In order to treat persons at a distance, you must form a mental image of them until you can feel yourself to be in rapport with them. This is a psychic process dependent upon the mental imagery of the healer. You can feel the sense of rapport when it is established, it manifesting in a sense of nearness. That is about as plain as we can describe it. It may be acquired by a little practice, and some will get it at the first trial. When rapport is established, Say mentally to the distant patient, I am sending you a supply of vital force or power, which will invigorate you and heal you. Then picture the prana as leaving your mind with each exhalation of rhythmic breath and traveling across space instantaneously and reaching the patient and healing him. It is not necessary to fix certain hours for treatment, although you may do so if you wish. The receptive condition of the patient, as he is expecting and opening himself up to your psychic force, attunes him to receive your vibrations whenever you may send them. If you agree upon hours, let him place himself in a relaxed attitude and receptive condition. The above is the great underlying principle of the absent treatment of the Western world. You may do these things as well as the noted healers, with a little practice.